News just broke. Tencent become a majority shareholder in Techland is one of the wildest things that could have just popped up out of nowhere. Because that's what Tencent has been doing all this time. Microsoft making big profile buys. Everybody can see it. All the government regulators are looking at it. Tencent is literally pulling the rug out from under so many developers. They did it to Remedy. They did it to what do they call it? To Riot. They're trying to do it to a whole lot of other studios because they're just going in there, buying up the stock of their company. See how the stock market works is companies go in there and they break into tiny little pieces. And the ones with the most pieces usually gets to control what the company does. When it comes to like board meeting table thing. So when Tencent walks into a company and say, "Hey, I own 60% of your shares." That mean the other 50% is broke up against millions of people, maybe thousands of people. That mean everybody in the room with you can't tell you a damn thing. That is what Tencent does. And yeah, the company president was like, "We get to maintain full ownership of our IPs." Right now, right now, Techland, which I mean, your latest game didn't do that well. If we're all being serious, Dying Light 2 died out pretty fast. They trying to recover from that. And Tencent goes right in there. And I seen people on Twitter, they talking like, "Oh, Microsoft did this." Microsoft didn't do a damn thing, bro, because Tencent was already doing this. Remember, Tencent and Sony both invested in FromSoft. Tencent bought more FromSoft than Sony did, but everybody's like, "Oh, Sony's gonna acquire FromSoft." Tencent bought more of it. Tencent bought fucking more of it. So if anybody gets FromSoft, it's gonna be Tencent. It's not gonna be Sony. Tencent bought fucking Riot. They own League of Legends. Nobody talks about that. Overwatch, not Overwatch, the other one, the CS:GO clone. They own all of that. Everything Riot is, Tencent owns that. Even when they have a deal right now with Microsoft for all their games to be on Game Pass, on PC anyway, they literally own a large majority of the PC market. Tencent does, not Microsoft, not Sony. Tencent is the most powerful company in gaming. The most lucrative company in gaming right now is Tencent with no platform. So when Tencent is buying all this shit up, nobody knows what the fuck Tencent is doing with it. But we know what Sony does when they buy Haven, when they buy fucking Bungie. They're trying to bolster their first party output. They're trying to make better games for their platform. When Xbox buys Bethesda, when they buy Activision, we know what they're doing. We know what they're doing. They're bolstering up services and they're bolstering up first party output. What the fuck is Tencent doing with all these fucking companies they're buying? We don't know. We don't know. They're the second biggest fucking company behind fucking Embracer Group, who just owns all the third party studios. And everybody talking about Microsoft's monopoly. Oh no, we gotta stop Microsoft. There's random companies that own half the fucking gaming industry. People talk about consolidation. Tencent is literally just hostile takeover in companies. How much does Tencent own of Epic? How much Tencent own of Epic? Imagine if they just keep buying. Epic is going up for sale all the time, bro. Stock is buying and selling all the time, every day. If Tencent keeps buying stock, Tencent owns Epic. They own Fortnite. Once they own Fortnite, what the fuck are people gonna do? What are people gonna do? This is what people don't talk about. Yeah, we could talk about Activision Blizzard all day, but we know what Microsoft's doing. Microsoft's not gonna be a detriment to gaming. They're trying to survive in gaming. People like Tencent, which we don't know what the fuck they're doing with the games. We don't know what the fuck their mastermind plan could be. They literally can create a service any day with some of the biggest names in gaming. They control them from a shareholder standpoint, at least. They don't own the whole company. Some of the companies they do own all of it because they start buying all the stock, and then when you own all the stock, you can literally, hey, how much would you sell your 100,000 stock for? They looking like, I mean, Depending on how much a company worth, they can just say a number. Tencent has that. Yeah, let me just buy that stock off you. Easy. You sell the stock, Tencent buys it. Tencent just keeps getting their stock rise until they own 100% of your company. And then you be looking like, damn, I have nothing. Now you work for Tencent. That is exactly what Tencent does, bro. And that's the crazy part in gaming. Yeah, Microsoft buys big name brands, but who's gonna buy the big name brands if Microsoft don't? Tencent, Apple, Google, people that don't have any stake in gaming right now. But if they want one, you think they don't have the money to take it? Sony's over there with no money, but they got a little bit. It's not like they don't have any. But to make moves like this, Sony can't do that. Sony can't do that. Microsoft can, but Microsoft gets the scrutiny of the entire fucking world when they do. Tencent, on the other hand, oh, let me just buy 60% of your stock. They gonna let that ride. Why? Because they're just making stock investments. That's cute. And then they own all of the company all of a sudden. And you like, oh, when did that happen? Yeah, when did that happen? A lot of people don't know what Tencent's capable of. And we've been covering Tencent. I've been covering Tencent on this channel for a long time. They have been buying shit. They've been buying a lot more than Microsoft. They've been buying a hell of a lot more than Sony has. And we still don't know what the fuck they're doing with it. So I mean, I'm just leave this right here because that's some wild shit that just be happening, bro. That's some wild shit that just be happening. And I'll see y'all in the next video.